In this video, I will show you how you can automatically generate invoices in Google Docs for multiple WooCommerce products. So yes, whenever your customer place an order in WooCommerce store and that order consists of multiple products, I will show you how with multiple products data you can create invoice automatically in your Google Docs application. And any non-technical person can automate this process very easily. Simply set this automation once and after that you do not have to do anything manually. Want to learn how you can also automate this process? Come with me and I will show you everything step by step. So this is my WooCommerce store, and in front of you I will place an order, and that order will consist of multiple products with multiple quantity, and you will see how an invoice will be generated automatically for the respective order. For that, firstly you will have to create an invoice template in your Google Docs application. You can see I have already created this template, and you can notice these values packed with the curly braces. These are called as variables. So whatever the values you want to keep on changing automatically, you can add those values in this particular way. Simply add the name of your variable along with the curly braces, and in this way you can add as many as variables as you want in your Google Docs invoice template. Okay, so this is my template where I have added few things predefined, and these details will be changed automatically. And once this invoice is ready, now we will be connecting our Google Docs application with our WooCommerce application, and for this connection I will use another software called as Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing integration and automation software. Yes, using this software I am going to connect my applications, and this is how I am going to automate my task. I am an existing user of Pabbly Connect, so I am already logged in here. You can create your free account in Pabbly Connect in just 2 minutes from this sign up free button, and in the free account you will also get free tasks to test these kind of amazing automation. Now once you will log in and reach out to the dashboard of Pabbly Connect, click on this blue button that is create workflow, and then provide a random name to your workflow to your automation. Okay, so I have directly pasted the name as generate invoices in Google Docs for multiple WooCommerce products. Now it will ask you to select the folder in which you want to create this automation workflow. So I will be selecting this main workflow folder. Now clicking on create, and after that you will find 2 boxes. So these boxes are called as trigger and action, and here the trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So whenever something happen in your first application, then automatically do this in your next application. Okay, so in this way you need to always choose your applications in this trigger and the action window in which you are building an automation. Okay, so according to our use case, I want that whenever any new order is placed by a customer in WooCommerce application, then automatically invoice should be created in this Google Docs application. Okay, so in this way I have selected both the applications in the trigger and the action window, and by clicking on this plus icon you can add as many as applications as you want. Basically you can connect to multiple applications, and in this way you can automate the complex business processes. Okay, and now the idea here is I will be connecting these 2 applications one by one with the Pabbly Connect. Okay, so let's connect this WooCommerce with the Pabbly Connect. Okay, so selecting the trigger event, that is whenever a new order is created, so searching for the same. Alright, new order is created. You can also read the instructions. Triggers when a new order is created, and as soon as I do that you will notice a webhook URL along with few instructions will be given here. So basically with the help of this URL only we are going to build a connection in our WooCommerce store and in Pabbly Connect. So simply copy this webhook URL and kindly follow these instructions carefully. Okay, so going back to my WooCommerce dashboard, and firstly I'll click on this settings option, and after that search for the advanced option at the top. Give me a second, it is getting loaded. Alright, so this is the advanced option, and after that you will find webhook option here. Okay, so I have already clicked this webhook option, and here 2 webhook URL are already created, but these were for testing purpose. Okay, I will be adding one more webhook here, so I have already clicked on that button, and firstly it will ask you to provide a name to your webhook. So I am providing the name something like connection with Pabbly connect. Okay, now it will ask you to select the status, so I will keep it as active. This topic will be the same which you have selected in the trigger event, that is order created. Okay, so coming back and searching for the same, that is order created. Alright, it is done. And in this delivery URL you will have to paste the same webhook URL which you have just got via Pabbly Connect. Okay, finally I'll click on that save button, and in this way this webhook URL will be saved here successfully, and the connection will be done in our WooCommerce and Pabbly Connect. Okay, so here you can notice webhook updated successfully. Okay, coming back, and here you can notice the ID is also received as a response. That means the webhook is added successfully. Now clicking on this recapture webhook response button once again, and now read the instructions. It is saying log into the application where you have added the webhook URL and do a test submission record so that the data can be recorded here in the webhook response. Okay, so basically it is asking to do a test submission or record, and here the test submission means placing of a new order in WooCommerce. So yes, I am going to do the same, and let me tell you this important thing, I'm not going to capture this response into the simple response. I will be capturing the same response into the advanced response. So I have disabled that button and have enabled the advanced option. Finally, I will be placing an order. Give me a second. Alright, so I have added this iron press, this white round neck t-shirt and this microphone into my cart, and here you can notice these two products have the one quantity, but this white round neck t-shirt has the two quantity. Okay, so finally I am placing an order, clicking on this proceed to checkout button, and this order will be placed using some dummy data only. Yes, I'm not using the real information of the customer. As a customer, I'm adding these details. The first name is Test, the last name is customer, the company name is Pabbly, country is India, the street address is Premium Orchard, random apartment, the city is Bhopal, state is Madhya Pradesh, and here I have also added this dummy phone number and this dummy email address. Finally, clicking on this place order button, and once the order will be placed here successfully, you will notice that the same details will be captured via Pabbly Connect instantly. Here you can notice the order has been received. Coming back to the dashboard of Pabbly Connect and waiting for the response. Alright, you can notice the response is received immediately. Now I'll show you the details one by one, basically the order as well as the customer details. Okay, so here in the last you will find the customer details. Okay, give me a second. Alright, so this is the email address of the person, this is the first name, last name, the country, company, city, address, and all the details are here. And now I am looking for the product details, the line item details, because using that information only I am going to create my invoice. Okay, so searching for the line items, give me a second. So this is the line item section, and here you can find all the product details. Okay, so remember we have placed the order for this iron press. So this is the ID, this is the product name, this is the product ID, and from the start curly braces up to this end curly braces you can find the details of the first product. Okay, give me a second, I'll show you the end curly braces. Alright, so the first product has the details from this curly braces to this curly braces. Okay, and after that we have this white round neck t-shirt, we also have the amount, we also have the quantity as to, and in the same way you can find all the details, even the link of your image, link of the product image. Okay, so in this way we also have this microphone as well as this white round neck t-shirt as well as this iron press. Okay, so the presence of this data clearly shows that the connection in between Pabbly Connect and WooCommerce is working absolutely fine. Okay, so now onwards what will happen? Every time someone will place any order in your WooCommerce store, the details will be captured via Pabbly Connect instantly, because this trigger will instantly capture new incoming data and the workflow execution will start in real time. Okay, so in this way the first step of our automation is done. Now I wanted to create an invoice using this product and customer related information, but currently I have the product related information into this array format. So firstly I am going to convert this line items data into the normal format. Basically I am going to convert from array format to a normal format. For that I will use this data transformer, which is an amazing feature of Pabbly Connect, using which you can convert, you can transform your data. Okay, here you will find the action event, that is line itemizer. I have selected the same, clicking on connect, and in this way it will be connected immediately, and now it will ask you to provide the line item array which you would like to transform. So the interesting thing here is I'm not going to manually copy the above details and paste below again and again for every new order received in WooCommerce. I am going to map these details so that the details can be replaced automatically when our automation will work in real time. And mapping is very simple. Simply click on this field and you will find the above data here in the drop down. Okay, so I can even directly search for the line items. Alright, so this is my array which I have provided here. Clicking on this button, save and send test request, and you will notice that a response will be received, and that response will consist of all the product related information. So these are the ID of all the products, these are the name of all 3 products, these are the product IDs, these are the variant ID, these are the quantity, this is the tax. Well, I think there is no tax available, so it is blank, and we also have the subtotal amount and the final amount as well. Okay, so in this way the second step of our automation is also done. Now moving further, I am going to add this data on my invoice. Okay, so currently I have created this specific invoice, and here firstly I will have to provide the item name, then I will have to provide the quantity of the item, basically the quantity of the product, and then unit price, and then the final amount. Okay, so here I cannot add the product details in this particular way. Currently I have the data separated via comma. Okay, so this comma will not look good in my invoice. Okay, so firstly I will have to remove these commas, and in place of these commas I also want that the product name should be added in separate lines. Yes, this iron press should be available in the first line, the second product should be added on the second line, and in this way the third product should be added in the third line. So in this way I want that all the product details should be added separately, basically in the separate lines in this particular table. Okay, so how I am going to do that? Simply click on this plus icon once again and search for the text formatter using which I am going to process this data. Basically I am going to remove the comma and will add these product details into the separate line. So in the action event, go with this replace text, click on connect, and it will be connected immediately. And now you just need to map the data. Okay, that is the text which you would like to replace. So I would like to firstly change the line item name. Well, remember we have to provide the data from this data transformer feature, not from this particular step. Okay, so I have selected the same, and firstly I'm adding the product name. Yes, I have mapped the product name, and again telling you whatever the details we will map here will be replaced automatically when our automation will work in real time. But if I will provide any detail manually here, that detail will remain same. Okay, so this is the difference in providing the values via mapping and via manually, and that is why mapping plays a major role inside this automation. Now here I want to find out this comma in this text, and I want to replace this comma using a blank space. No, I'm really sorry, not using a blank space. I want that a slash, and basically a new line should be added in place of these commas. Okay, so clicking on this button, waiting for the response, fingers crossed, and let's check whether we have the same product separated in the separated lines or not. And yes, we have finally received the same product names in the individual lines. Okay, so with the help of text formatter, I'm going to process the other data also into the separate lines. For that I will have to add more text formatter feature, but in order to avoid any confusion, I think I should first rename it. Okay, so text formatter for product name. Okay, let me copy the exact name, clicking on update, and it is saved successfully. It is replaced successfully, text formatter for product name. Now instead of clicking on this plus icon and connecting this text formatter again and again, I will do a shortcut, clicking on this 3 dot, copying this step, and after that I will again click on this 3 dot and click on this paste step directly, and in this way the same step will be pasted here automatically. So this is for the product name, this will be for the product quantity, and I also want the same step for the product price. Okay, so let me paste the same one more time, and finally I want one more step, that is for unit price. Okay, so let me paste the same thing one more time. Okay, so I have added this text text formatter feature 4 number of times. Now I am going to rename these text formatter steps in order to avoid any confusion. Okay, so this will be for the product quantity, so I have renamed it successfully, clicking on update. After that I will keep this formatter step for the product price. Okay, so let me change the same, and this is going to be the unit price. Okay, so how about I mention the same in the description in the bracket. Okay, unit price. Alright, so this is also done, and finally I am renaming the last text formatter step as the final price. Okay, renaming the same product final, or we can say total price. Okay, so I have added the same. Okay, don't get confused that what is this unit price or total price. So unit price is for the individual product price, and this total price is the sum of the quantity also, basically multiplication of the quantity also. Okay, so I have successfully renamed all the steps, and this step is already done. So now I will change the quantity. Alright, so removing this product name, and here I will provide the quantity. That was alright, so this is the quantity. Clicking on the save and send test request button once again. Yes, I do not have to do any changes because the step is already cloned, and here we have the data again into the separate lines, and I'm going to follow the same thing with this particular step also. Simply replace the value of the product name, and here you will have to provide the unit price. Okay, so opening this data formatter step, and here we have the total price, but I'm looking for the unit price. So scrolling down and checking for the same, searching for the same. Alright, so this is the price of individual product. Clicking on the save and send test request button once again and checking the data, and here we have the product prices, the individual product prices into the separate lines, into the individual lines. Finally I'm going to follow the same process for the total price as well. So simply remove this product data, open your data transformer step, and here map the total amount, that is this. Alright, it is done. Finally clicking on this button once again, and you will get the last information also. Okay, so in this way we have converted all the data into the new lines. Finally I'll click on this plus icon and will search for the Google Docs application, because using the same application I am about to generate the invoices automatically. And the interesting thing here is Google Docs is a free application, so yes, your invoices will be created using a free tool, that too automatically. Here you will have to go with this action event, that is create document from our template. Remember, I have showed you initially that I have already created a template, and the same template will be used to create the invoice for all the customers. So that is why I am calling it as template, and the action event is also selected. Clicking on continue, clicking on add a new connection, and if you're connecting Google Docs with Pabbly Connect for the first time, directly click on the sign in with Google and provide the access. But I have connected it already multiple times, so I'm going to reuse the existing connection. Clicking on save, and in this way my Google Docs application will be also connected with the Pabbly Connect. Alright, it is connected, and because we are connected here, you can notice whatever the templates, whatever the documents are already available in my Google Docs account have started visible here. So I will be selecting this specific template. The name is final invoice template, so I have selected the same, and now it is asking for the document name. What should be the name of the document? What should be the name of the invoice which you are about to generate? Okay, so I want this document name to be changed automatically so that I do not have to do anything manually. So what I can do is invoice for dash, and after that I will add the name of the person, that was test customer. Okay, I remember it was test customer. I have added the first name, adding a space, and let me also search for the last name. Give me a second. Alright, so I have added the same, but you must be thinking that with the same name multiple customers may place the order, so I will have to some unique thing also. Okay, so how about I add some order ID so that it will create a unique name. Okay, so opening this WooCommerce tabs and searching for the data. Alright, so we have this customer ID which is going to be unique for every new customer. So I can map this thing, okay, invoice for 648 test customer. Okay, so in this way the document name will be created, will be provided, new document location, basically in which particular folder you want to save your invoices. Okay, so I have already created a folder with the name invoices. Let me show you, give me a second. So under this invoices folder, I would like to save all the invoices. Currently I'm deleting this existing one, coming back, and the same has got selected already and automatically. And here you can find lot of blank fields. So from where these fields have came from, so whatever the variables you have added inside your invoice template, all these variables are visible here as the field, as the blank field. So you just need to provide the details here in these fields, and in this way the details will be replaced automatically, and in this way a new invoice will be created using our customer and product data. So firstly it is asking for the customer name. So again I am going to map this name. Remember we have the customer name as test, and searching for the last name which was customer. Alright, so I have added the same. Okay, so in the same way I am going to map the data in other fields also. Let's say it is asking for the email address, which I have mapped it successfully. Okay, so give me a second, let me map all the details very quickly. Okay, asking for the phone number, which again I have mapped it successfully. Asking for the product. Okay, so here we have the product as the name of the product. So give me a second, let me map the product name, and the product name should not be mapped from this WooCommerce step, neither from this data transformer step. You will have to map the product name from your text formatter feature, because we have added the product names into the separate lines. Okay, so in the same way I will map the quantity also from this text formatter feature only. So scrolling down, and I have added the quantity as well, and the same way I am going to provide the unit price as well. It is also mapped successfully. Asking for the total price, so again I am going to map the same, and here we have the total price. Asking for the total amount. All right, why we have two fields? Well, this is for the total price of the product individually. Okay, so give me a second, and this is the total price of all the products which I have mapped successfully, and this is the final invoice amount. This is the final invoice amount, basically the total of all the product as well as the quantity. Okay, so I will have to check the final billing amount from this WooCommerce step. Okay, give me a second. And here we have the total price of 20,399. So I have mapped it successfully. Clicking on this button, save and send test request, waiting for the response to be received. Okay, fingers crossed. So the response is received. That means the invoice has been generated here. And did you notice one document has been added here into my folder? Opening the same, and did you notice it is with the same name, that is invoice for 648 test customer. Well, this name is not looking good, so you can also do some changes. Coming back to the dashboard of Pabbly Connect and taking you up, and what you can do is, first of all you can give a space before this hyphen and remove this force. Okay, invoice 168 will look more good. Okay, for test customer. Okay, how about I click on this button once again, and this time I'm expecting a better name. So the response is received once again. So here I'm expecting one more document, and we have this document. Okay, closing this particular document and opening the same, and this is looking good, that is invoice 648 for test customer. Okay, so this is the title of our invoice. Here we have the name of the person. Well, I'm really sorry, I think I have forgot to provide the space in between the first name and last name. Well, it is very easy. Simply take your cursor here and give a space, and in this way you can provide the spaces in between the mapped values. Okay, now it will look good. Clicking on this button, save and send test request. Okay, let's check other details also. Here we have the email address of the person, the phone number. Here we have the name of the product in separated lines. First one is the iron press, the second one is the white round neck t-shirt, and the third one is microphone. This is the quantity of these products. These are the unit price of these products. These are the total price of the product, and here we have the final amount of the invoice. Okay, so coming back to the dashboard, and let me first correct the name, that was test customer. Okay, so I'll have to click on this button once again, checking the Google Drive folder, waiting for new document to be created. So the document is ready, and I'm not sure why two documents are ready, because I think I have clicked on that button twice, opening the same. But before that, I am going to delete the existing documents. Okay, this is going to be the final invoice for the customer. Okay, and yes, we have the space also in between the first name and last name. So in this way, with the help of Pabbly Connect, you can automate the process of invoice creation very easily. You just need to create this automation workflow inside Pabbly Connect once. After that, you can sit back and relax, because Pabbly Connect will take care of all the tasks in the backend. You do not have to do anything manually. Once this automation is ready, you can even close Pabbly Connect, because everything will work in the backend. Again, I am telling you. And just in case if you want to access this 7-step automation workflow inside your Pabbly Connect account, I will also attach the link of my automation workflow into the description box. So simply click on this link, sign up for free into the Pabbly Connect, and then you will be able to access the same automation workflow inside your own Pabbly Connect account, that too for free. Okay, waiting for that link to be generated. Alright, so it is loaded, and I was talking about this specific link of the workflow. Not just these applications, you can integrate multiple applications and automate your business with Pabbly Connect. You can ask your queries at forum.pabbly.com. My team will surely answer to your questions. This is the website of Pabbly Connect, and for the latest updates of Pabbly Connect and unique automation ideas, you can join our Facebook group, that is formget.deals. If you have found this video helpful in any way, share it with your friends and colleagues, and also help them to automate their business. Like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching this video.